welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. We are cleared to leave the Citadel and explore the galaxy looking for Saren. Of course, Anderson advised that we don't bother with that. He said, look for the Geth, and if you can find out what they're after, you'll find out what Saren's after. That's pretty good advice. So, but where are we going to start? So we got some assignments from the Citadel, and just before we took control of the Normandy, we picked up these 3 story missions. These are the essential things you have to do in order to finish the game. We will do them, of course, but they are big, they're complicated, they have boss fights, they're dangerous. I'm at level 12, I'm not really ready for that kind of combat, so I kind of want to I kind of hope that Liara and the 2 colonies here can hold off until we can strengthen ourselves up and get some better gear and maybe have better chance of success there. So let's cut our teeth on some more assignments here. There's no way to sort by how urgent anything is or how suited it is for a low-level shepherd. That's alright, just figure it out. Why don't we just start at the first one? This was the very first mission or assignment we picked up this while we were still in Odina's office and hacked his computer. Found a very vague message about strange activity, but it told us where it was, Hydra system in the Argos Row cluster, so that's pretty helpful. And indeed, this map will probably help us get there. So when you invoke the map, you start at the lowest, well, you start at where you are at. In this case, we're on a station called the Citadel, of course. That's the lowest level, the highest, most zoomed in you can be. So it's either a planet, a station, or a ship. And since it was Anderson that brought us here, we never actually had a chance to see this screen. Supposedly constructed by the long-extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation and is a comfortable 1.02 standard Gs on the wards and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. Yeah, it makes you wonder if that's what the purpose of the ward's access corridor is that it's the transition point of the gravity and getting used to it, maybe. I have no idea, and unfortunately you'll never know from playing the game because you can't really tell which gravity you're in. Too bad. Population 13.2 million, that's a lot. That suggests that this place is pretty big, especially considering that we never saw any place that was even a little bit crowded. It was very sparsely populated. And also notice that this number doesn't include keepers, which suggests there's a lot more than 21 of them. So I'm pretty thankful that Shorban didn't ask us to scan them all. Alright, so we zoom out, and this brings us to the system level. This is the Widow system, that's where the Citadel is. If there were other planets or ships or stations, you'd see them here. This is the cluster level, Serpent Nebula. If there are additional systems, you'd see them here. And this is, of course, the full galaxy. And all the available clusters are shown here. Yeah, we'll be mostly spending our time to the lower right quadrant of this galaxy. That's where most Citadel space is. You can see some of these clusters already marked: Pharos, Novaria, and Liara's dig site. Those relate to the story missions. Pinnacle Station and Asteroid X-57 relate to the DLC packs. I bought the trilogy, so both of those came already included with them. And of course, that's the Citadel. The clusters that are not marked are named. You can visit them. You can find things to do there, things to collect, so yeah, it's all worth it. But we want Hydra, and that's in Argos Row, which is here. And there's Hydra. There's another system here called Phoenix. Pinnacle Station happens to be here. The journal doesn't mention Phoenix at all, not yet. And Pinnacle Station, of course, is it's a combat simulator. At least it's supposed to be, but that's being kind. It's really a combat gauntlet. And with the weapons we have and the level we are at, no. Much later for that. Let's go to Hydra. And that means leaving the Citadel. It would have been nice if Anderson was there waving us on, bidding us farewell. Oh well. And thanks to the mass relay, we were deposited directly right at the system level of Hydra. And it's got a star, and it's got, looks like, 5 planets in orbit about it. and no asteroid belt, which is something worth noting whether a system has an asteroid belt or not. The game does not give you any method of tracking your progress here, which is kind of a pity. So you kind of have to, well, I'm just going to adopt a method, so that way I hopefully won't miss anything. I'm going to basically scan planets from the outside in. So we'll start here. Yeah, they're all named, which means I'll be mispronouncing things constantly, probably. Siba? It's a standard Neptune type gas giant. It's a very pretty blue color, like our own Neptune, and we can survey it. Gas deposit. Scans from orbit have detected a large concentration of helium-3. That's pretty good. I wonder if we got any credits or XP for doing that. Yeah, we got a journal entry too, which probably means a new assignment. Indeed, UNC Valuable Minerals assignment. To maintain its fleets and continue to expand, the Alliance must find new resources wherever it can. You've recently surveyed an important deposit and claimed it for the Alliance. There must be more like them in the Traverse. Yeah, so we're looking for light metals, heavy metals, rare earths, and gases. We've already found a gas, 1 out of 6 needed there, and we'll be finding 20 of each of these metals and earths. Yeah, each one of these gives you XP and money, so yeah, of course we're going to be looking for them. And I actually think there are more than 20 of each of these in the game, so, and the nice thing is that once you've completed the mission, you can keep collecting XP and money for finding more. So yeah, let's go survey all of these things that we can find. Alright, that was planet, the outermost planet. Next is Con Room. This has a lot more description. Indeed, it tells a story of Shiger's defeat. She was a Krogan warlord. Yeah, I said she. That's pretty neat. It's unfortunate the game won't actually let us meet, interact with, or even see a Krogan female. It's just too bad. Hopefully that oversight will be rectified in a future game. We can survey this one too. Turian insignia recovered. Scans of the planet revealed dangerous levels of radiation coming from orbit. Chief Engineer Adams conducted further scans and discovered the remains of an ancient warhead marked with the Parthia colony insignia. Okay. Well, that wasn't one of the metals and earths we were looking for, so maybe we got yet another assignment out of this. Looks like we did. Yeah, UNC Turian insignia. Several Turian outposts and colonies were destroyed during the Unification War. Each colony's insignia also disappeared. So we're looking for 13. I think there's more, and we'll try to find them all. Yay. Alright, 2 planets and 2 new assignments and XP and money. Love this. Yes, okay, so this is the first of many planets that actually won't have anything to offer, which is fine. Next is Metkos.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
General distress call from the Sacred Angel Medical Transport. Critical system failure. Losing power. An emergency landing. Argos. Communications failing. Life support and emergency transponder. Won't last. Please hurry.
Some signal emanating from this planet. Let's take a peek and see if that has anything to do with the assignment we were coming here to find. Alright, we did get a journal update, but it's not a new one, it's actually here, which means this is just a rename of unusual reading. So yeah, this is what we were looking for. UNC distress call. You received a distress call from a downed medship located in the Hydra system on Argos Row. Yep, and we're going to go there and try to see if we can provide assistance. That sounds like a worthwhile goal. It'd be nice to start this game with having saved some people. Alright, so, but I'm a little bit worried about this, a level 2 heat hazard. Let's see if we can learn some more about where we're going. Metkos is a large terrestrial planet with an atmosphere of carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Its hot surface is mainly composed of nickel with deposits of potassium and heavy metals. It is a mineralogical treasure trove with concentrated heavy elements constantly being brought to the surface by volcanic activity. Metkos is inhospitable and dangerous, and expeditions must be well prepared to survive any length of time. With its high mass, heat-trapping clouds, and constant volcanic venting, Meko seems well on its way to becoming a Venusian pressure cooker world. Yeah. So yeah, okay, so we have 169 centigrade temperature on the surface. That's not quite as hot as Venus. Venus gets up to 900. So yeah, that's pretty brutal still. 1.0 Earth atmosphere, so there's no pressure danger. Venus would be at 90, which is about being the same at the bottom of the ocean. So yeah, we can go here, but we're going to have to cope with this heat hazard. I'd prefer to have a doctor to take with us for our search and rescue, but I don't have one. So let's be cautious and just take some biotic and tech strain. I mean, we don't know what brought this ship down. Could be hostiles down here. And yay, we are in the M35 Mako. I hope you like the sight of this thing, because we'll be seeing a lot of it throughout this game. Yeah, notice the level 2 hazard here. It is, but it's not actually doing anything at the moment. Just because we're inside the Mako, and the Mako itself can handle the hazard. We can't. Well, we can for a little while. If we jump out, you'll see a bar that's there, and it's now filling up. It gives us about a minute before we start taking any damage ourselves. So I get, you have some time to go out, get out and do some stuff, but not a lot. And so yeah, you definitely want to jump back in when it's getting close to being full, and then it'll reset and you'll be fine again. Nothing like air-conditioned comfort of the Mako. Okay, we'll check out the map. Let's see if we can find where we need to go. There's an anomaly. There's some debris. This is the Mako. That's where we landed. And this is the transponder. So I'm going to mark this. This is probably where we want to go. That's where obviously the distress beacon's coming from. Notice now my radar has a blinking arrow, a white arrow at the top, and it basically is telling us where we need to go. So the ship is that way, and at the bottom, the non-blinking arrow, that's true north. Driving the Mako is slightly like moving Shepard around. The big difference here is that the camera angle doesn't have any impact on the course, whereas with Shepard, that's how you basically steer Shepard. So yeah, to steer the Mako, you have to use the A and D keys, basically going left and right. And so it's driving the Mako is kind of the art of tapping and correcting and adjusting. It's actually not bad once you get used to it. Also notice that I did not climb that mountain. I could tell from the map that where we were going was not at a high altitude. So why climb a mountain if you can just go around it? Also, I can see now my blinking arrows showing up on the radar, kind of on the edge there. And I found a spot where that might give me some good cover if I need it. Like I said, the reason this ship's down is not cleared, so let's be cautious. Also, I can see another, like a hole over there I can hide in if I need to. So the ship should be around here fairly. There it is.
There's the down ship. This must be the place.
Careful, Shepard. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, Rex. I don't see anybody hovering around, chasing, hoping to, glad that we're here, and glad for the rescue. Also, I happen to know this cap has been blown off already, which means, depending on how long ago that happened, anyone who might have been inside is now long gone for sure. And besides, look how skinny this is. There's how many people could you put in here? Not much. This doesn't strike me as a people transport. Certainly is not the sacred angel medical transport. And let's not neglect this anti-vehicle mine right underneath it. Probably ready to trap somebody who might get too near. Yeah, trap is the operative word here. This is definitely not a search and rescue, which is too bad. I happen to notice now that there's a blob on my radar at the kind of north here. Yep, it's pointing to that. That's a batch of minerals we can go survey later. I want to deal with this first. It appears the imminent time crunch is past now. There's no one here to rescue. So let's do some stuff that I was kind of holding off in case there was somebody here to rescue. I leveled up in the middle of the last episode. I didn't assign any points because I didn't have a squad. I wanted to wait. Let's finish up the level 12 stuff, which is these two items here. And let's review. I want to, this is really where I wanted to be at the end of the Citadel run, and that's what I got. So let's see how my Optimized Shepherd is going. Advanced Throw, Basic Lift, Basic Barrier, Advanced Sabotage, Basic Overload. Each Metagel use gives 80 health points to be spread around for all the injured squad mates. Basic Neural Shock, Basic Assassination, Basic Marksman. And for a Sentinel, Basic Marksman means all of the passive bonuses have been achieved with your class talent. So I have the full cooldown bonus for biotic and tech talents, and the full damage and accuracy improvements. So I'm pretty happy with this. So every talent that I'm interested in has now got points in it. And that leaves, of course, Stasis, which I'm going to leave alone. It's not worth it. You put an enemy in Stasis and he won't be able to damage you, but the problem is you can't damage him. And that's what I don't like about Stasis. And it's just not. No. Charm and Intimidate, of course, we're not putting points in. That's where the game's going to come in handy for us. And I'm actually going to skip Spectre Training as well. It offers something called Unity, which is really handy. But there's other ways to revive squad mates, and I'll be demonstrating those ways later. So yeah, I'll be skipping that. I'll have more to say about that later, probably. Okay, Caden, 10 points. That's how much we had leveled up while we were just running with Ash and Tali. And I had been chasing electronics with him, and now we can finish that up. So now I have Master Overload, yay. Next would be Advanced Throw, which also unlocks Lift. So that's really good to have. And now we can put a point here, which means I now have the ability to invoke Lift from Caden as well as from myself. 2 more points, because now I'm going to chase Advanced Lift and Advanced Barrier. Advanced Lift, each point here gives more duration, which already now makes his lift better than mine. And each point here in Barrier makes him last a little longer. And that's what I want. I don't want him dying, because if he's dead, I can't use his lift. Alright, Rex, we were chasing Throw. With Rex you have to unlock Throw. To get to Throw, you have to go past Advanced Warp, which is absolutely not a bad thing, because Warp for 13 seconds now at Advanced Warp is doing damage, and it's lowering the target's damage protection, which means every shot, every successful hit of that enemy during his Warp phase is costing, it's doing a lot more damage, so I love that. And now I have Throw as a power I can use with Rex. And since I already have heavy armor, I can now throw all my points into Throw. Okay, good. Pretty happy about that. Let's look at the equipment. I don't have any new guns or upgrades to equip at this point, but I do want to look here, because we do have Rex the ability to take heavy armor, which would give him like 50% more shields at almost no cost of damage protection. So this is much better armor. So why do I have him in this lame, weak armor? Well, because of this, Devlin Industries. And here's why. Devlin Industries is best known for producing basic armor models that can withstand a variety of environmental extremes such as cold, heat, or toxic exposure. Yeah, and pressure too, I think. So, yeah, so what the benefit here, of course, is when you jump out of the Mako, you get almost a full minute in a level 2 hazard. It's double the time you get without anyone in Devlin armor. A level 1 hazard has absolutely 0 impact on you at all. That bar doesn't appear at all. And so yeah, you can spend as much time outside in a level 1 hazard as you want. Also notice Caden and I are not wearing Devlin armor, so you only need 1 squad mate in Devlin armor to get the full benefit of it. I love that. Okay, whenever you're approaching something you're not sure about, always save. You never know.
Geth, it's a trap!
Oh, yeah, and I've got a Geth Armature and a Geth Rocket Trooper, and probably, yeah, radar says even more Geth out there. So watch this radar, all these red triangles, as I head back to my spot. Yeah, they just disappeared. My spot is a despawn point for enemies. So if my shields were down, which is those blue bars in the lower left corner, I could just come over here and just sit for a while, rest, let my shields recharge. The enemies wouldn't be chasing me because, well, because they're not there anymore. Of course, that doesn't mean they're dead. That just means they're not spawned anymore. That allows me to save too, which is kind of handy. So we want the XP that's going to come from killing these enemies, so let's do this. And let's put the nose end of the Mako down. and the ass end up. So with my ass end up, I can see through the gun that I've got a couple of rocket drones headed my way, and they're shooting at me. And if you line up the rockets with the rocket drones, you can see what they're shooting at. They're shooting at the front of the Mako, even though it's not visible to them. That's the only part. And in fact, this is true with all enemies in this game. If you're in the Mako, they're shooting at the front end of your Mako. So as long as your front end of your Mako's in cover from any enemies, you're golden. You have no worries. There's no enemy that's going to hit you. I like that. Okay, this guy's pretty close. Yikes! Well, he didn't waste any time shooting. Luckily, he didn't hit anything. Probably the Mako, though, he probably did. Sabotage. Keep him from shooting again. And let's do the same with his friend here. Okay. Next, warp this guy, and let's put marksman up here so I can start to spam it with a hotkey. Okay, marksman would be kind of handy right now, actually. That's one dead, and the other dead. Back in the Mako. 2 drones dead. And we moved out of range again, which allows me to do this. I hope that's not cheating. I mean, if I died, which would be kind of easy on a fight like this in a level 2 hazard, I would not want to face those guys again. So I only have to deal with the rocket troopers now and the 2 armatures. So let's put our nose where nobody can hit it. Right about there, looks pretty good. That armature can't hit me, and that one can't hit me, and the rocket troopers, which should be coming around soon. There he is. Can't even
Securing point.
Alright, keep moving. There we go. Now we can see him. He's already shot. He just shot his missile. We don't have to sabotage him in that case. But we can lift him. And lift is like really handy stasis in the sense that the enemy is totally helpless. Oops, that's what I want. I wanted this guy. Oh, and he just died thanks to Rex shooting him with his shotgun. Nice shooting there, Rex. But yeah, lift is like stasis for, that's a good stasis in the sense that the enemy's helpless, but you can shoot at him and kill him. Okay, this is a dangerous spot. I don't want that rocket trooper visible to me, which he is, but that other armature, he's able to shoot me, so I have to work quickly. I have strong sabotage here. Caden has very strong hold. And one shot should do him, and he's dead. Get back in the Mako before he shoots you. Yeah, that armature was dangerous. Okay, now we're just down to the 2 armatures. Okay. So I don't know if it's because I'm spawning and despawning the enemies, but these guys kind of get a little glitchy. In that the one in the back is working properly. He's advancing towards us and shooting us, but the one here in the front, he kind of rears up, but he doesn't actually kill us. I mean, doesn't actually shoot at us. So let's whittle him down, get him nice and weak, and then we can jump out. And he's dead. Notice 216 XP for that kill. That's pretty good. That means armatures are pretty strong enemies. Alright, I just went back to the despawn point. I'm going to save, because I want to demonstrate why it is I will never ever kill anything in the Mako throughout this game. Notice I did shoot at that armature in the Mako, but I ended up killing him, delivering that final blow with my pistol while I was outside the Mako. Okay, let's demonstrate what happens when we just kill something in the Mako, what the penalty is. Once again, this guy seems to be just taking it. Boom, dead, but 86 XP. Yeah, that's a pretty hefty penalty. Yeah, quick save. It's like a 0.4 XP penalty. So no, we won't be killing anything in the Mako. We want max XP, and max XP means kill on foot. But it's really, really handy that being able to whittle down, weaken on the Mako, really handy. Whoa! Use jumping to avoid the big rockets. And yeah, he's shooting at the front. Whoa, almost guns out. Strafing, dead, 216 XP. Nice. Okay, we've survived the Geth ambush. Let's look at the journal. Notice that assignment is no longer there. That means it's down here and it's finished. UNC distress call. The distress call from the downed ship turned out to be a trap set by the Geth. Fortunately, you were able to survive the ambush. Yay. And it should show is complete now. Yep. Good. And we survived. Alright, let's take another peek. I want to show something else about the Mako that's unique. Kind of can trip you up pretty easily if you're not careful. Alright, notice this object down here. This was supposed to be that medical transport. Turned out to be a trap. Notice also that I am perched up on this hill here, and that thing's down in a gully. Now, this reticule is how you aim your gun. But notice, it didn't shoot where I aimed it. It shot right up there. That's because the gun isn't actually following my reticule until you reach about that plane above the Mako. And then as you go up higher, the gun can actually go up with you, and you can shoot far away. Yeah, you see that little dot there? It's an instantaneous hit and very accurate based on where you point. But it just can't point down. Or is that not true? Not sure why this works. But yeah, if you're pointing down, it's quite a bit of difference there, being zoomed in or not. So, point of all this is if you've got an enemy kind of rushing up a hill towards you, and you're trying to kill it at the Mako, and you're like, why the heck can't I touch it? Why is he not dying? That's because you're not shooting where you think you're shooting. So just zoom in, and you're all good to go. Okay, one last thing to do here. That's to collect gifts. As we kill things, we get stuff. We get a combat sensor level 2 now, motorized joints and hardened weave. Unfortunately, you can't read up on these things. You just take them and see if anything's valuable. I'm using first aid interface, but now I have motorized joints, which is more smash damage. Hardened weave, which has more hardening for protection against biotic and tech attacks. None of those are really useful. Caden's using pistol. He's got the combat sensor level 1. Let's upgrade him to level 2 now. And that level 1 is, at this point, once you get the next level combat sensor, the earlier one is utterly useless. I mean, except to give it to someone else. But the problem is, giving it to someone else, is that it won't work, because the enemies will now be at level 2. Okay. Good. Okay, I think we're done with that. Now we just go and basically look at the rest of the map as for the rest of the stuff we need. Now this wasn't marked on the map, but we happened to see it because it was close by to where we were, so we can jump out here
Securing point.
and survey this. This actually happens to be thorium. So yeah, you have to decrypt to survey stuff, which gives you a set of XP, and then you see another set of XP come up and money for actually having done the survey. And when you survey something, you put a beacon there. That beacon actually announces to the rest of the universe that that metal now belongs to the Alliance. You can't touch it, and my guess is they actually adhere to that restriction. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at the map again. There are a couple more things marked here we haven't looked at yet, and I happen to know there's something that is hidden right around there somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. And for the most part, I won't be talking through these driving sequences because it's boring, pretty much. I can occasionally use this method, but it doesn't allow for easy correction of the direction. So mostly I'll be just driving normally and then speeding up in post-processing. So I'm going to shut up right now. And here's the other hidden one, mercury deposit. You successfully surveyed a large deposit of mercury. I bet you didn't know mercury solidified at 169 degrees centigrade. I sure didn't. Alright, that relieves... There's nothing else hidden here, so that just leaves the two things we haven't yet picked up, and they're this way. Oh no, it's another trap! No, it isn't. Just another probe. Which suggests that, yeah, my thinking that you wouldn't put somebody in here was probably right. Wouldn't be very comfortable in any case. Ugh. Come on. Sweet. Recoil damper and incendiary explosive 2. So that's the next. I think we haven't seen a grenade upgrade for a while. Recoil damper 2 is a weapon upgrade. Let's see what that does for us. I'm using a pistol and I have the heat sink, which I really like. Recoil damper gives you stability. I have improved sighting for more accuracy versus more stability. Are these the same thing? I really don't know. Let's go for stability. I probably could read up on that. Not sure, but we'll see. And I think, oh, it was grenades, wasn't it? So I have the high explosive 2, which gives me more damage over a greater radius with more force. This gives me 19 damage per second for 5 seconds. I think I like the big blast of damage all at once. Okay. And one more thing to find here, which is up here. Alright, we have arrived. That red border that you see on the radar is the edge of the operational area. Look at the map. You'll see that it's only about there, so you really can't get to the edge of the map in this game. That's alright. It just means that there's less area you have to explore. Ooh, we found a corpse. Yes, Turian corpse. Although his the thing to recover is up here on the wreckage. Hey, we leveled up. Turian insignia recovered. While searching the wreckage, you found a very old letter stamped with the Gothis colony insignia. Unfortunately, the text is indecipherable. I wonder if even Garrus could decipher that. And we get a little more XP now. We were getting 28 before. You alright, Caden? And now we're getting 31. That's great. Alright, let's level up while I've still got a squad here. Okay, I am chasing now Advanced Barrier. Yeah, I'm going to really need Advanced Barrier long before Advanced Lift. I mean, not long before, but definitely I want Advanced Barrier as soon as possible. Caden, we're chasing both Lift and Barrier. And Rex, I now have Advanced Throw, yay. And I think that means I have Advanced Throw for all of these guys. Yay. Good, that's going to come in really handy. Okay. Alright, so let's, yeah, okay, there's nothing more there. And so there's two ways to get back to the Normandy. If you're outside the Normandy, you can pull up the map and click this, even if you're inside, either way. And if you're inside the Normandy, the letter N, the N key, allows you to go right away to the Normandy. Whew, okay, that was a pretty good assignment. I collected a few things, got some money, got some XP, leveled up, we're in good shape. Let's drop a save. Alright, we'll pick it up from right here next time.